Welcome to the LiveSchool app. In this demo, we'll be looking at the website version of LiveSchool, but our app is also available for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. You can even use LiveSchool on a classroom smartboard. To get started, let's look at the Points screen. The Points screen provides an easy way to track behavior. Here, I can see that I'm currently viewing Homeroom A. If I click, LiveSchool shows me all the rosters I have access to. I can pull up an entire grade of students if I'd like, or I can navigate to any individual class. When you roll out LiveSchool, we help you get your class roster set up. Teachers can also create custom rosters right in the app for pullout groups, after-school clubs, or any other combination of students they see. Let's say that Katrina just asked a great critical thinking question, and I want to award her a point. I just click on her name, then continue, and our school-wide behavior rubric slides in. This rubric is fully customizable to your school's behavior expectations. I'm going to select Critical Thinking Question and click Submit. LiveSchool creates an engaging sound and pop-up to let students know points are being earned. LiveSchool offers some great time-saving features for the classroom. For instance, I can select more than one student to give a point. I can even use this button to select every student in the class, then unselect students who aren't following along. This button allows me to clear my selection. Let's say that Christian and Eric got into an argument. I'll select a negative for Respect Peers. The argument actually happened earlier today, so I'll update the time accordingly. I'm also going to click this icon and enter a comment. Comments are visible to other teachers and administrators, to the student, and their parents. Now I'll click Submit. Let's take a closer look at these green and red bubbles. They show me how many positives and negatives have been recorded for each student so far today. One of the amazing things about LiveSchool is that the data adds up from all teachers in real time. Did you see that? Katrina just got another point from a different teacher. I'm going to click on Katrina's name and then click the View icon. Now I can see everything that has been recorded for Katrina from all her teachers. As Katrina goes from class to class throughout the day, our entire team will be able to see and add to her points. One last note on tracking behavior in LiveSchool. If your school implements PBIS, you can set up your LiveSchool site so that you track negative behavior, but it is kept separate and does not take away from student points. You can learn more about this option in the Customize section of the video. Now that you've seen how to track behavior in LiveSchool, let's look at the options you will have for parent communication. LiveSchool offers two great options for parent communication: printed weekly reports, and a parent app. First, let's take a look at the printed weekly reports. This is a paycheck, an engaging student behavior report that you can print on a weekly basis. Here, students can see how many points they earned over the previous week in a paycheck format. Students can calculate their new bank account balance here. This chart provides an overview of students' earnings week over week. Here we can see a graph showing which days they received the most points and demerits. Further down on this report, LiveSchool includes all of the points, demerits, and comments recorded this week. This lets parents get a picture of how their child is doing in all classes. In addition to the printed paycheck option, LiveSchool offers an app for students and parents. Under Menu, Setup, Rosters, you will be able to print out access sheets by class or grade level. Each access sheet contains a set of codes that the student and their parents can use to sign up for LiveSchool. Here, I've resized my browser to show how the app looks on a parent or student smartphone. You will see the student's bank account listed here. This number is real time, so if a teacher awards some points to Katrina, we can see that her bank account updates instantly. In the timeline section of the app, parents can see all of the points, demerits, and comments that have been recorded for their child. In the rewards section, students and their parents can see all of the rewards that are available for purchase in the school store. Now that we've reviewed LiveSchool's parent communication features, let's look at how students can spend their points on rewards. LiveSchool helps you create a behavior reward system to engage your students. Under Menu, Rewards, each student has a bank account which is updated whenever a student earns or loses points. These bank accounts add up all school year long. If I click this Setup icon, I can view our school's rewards menu, including the name of each item and its price. To delete an item, I just click this X. To add a new reward, I click New Reward, then enter in the name and price. I can also add an optional description, which will show up in the rewards section of the student and parent apps. Back on the rewards tracking screen, I can charge any student by following the same steps I used to give points. I select one or more students, click Continue, and select the rewards that they would like to purchase. When I click Submit, you'll see that LiveSchool updates the student's bank account instantly. When you're running your school store, you might have students coming from different classes and grades to purchase items. A helpful feature is LiveSchool Student Search, which I can access using the magnifying glass here. I just enter a few letters of a student's name, then charge them for a reward. It's a big time saver. In addition to running your reward store in LiveSchool, you might have big incentives like field trips or field days that all students are working towards. In the Insights section of LiveSchool, you can use our student scoreboard to see which students have earned the big incentive or trip. For instance, let's say that students need to earn at least 200 points to join the Six Flags field trip at the end of the semester. I'll just click here, select Sort, and then Highest to Lowest. I can download this list and we instantly know which students have enough points to join us on the roller coaster. Now that you can run your rewards, let's explore the Insights feature further. LiveSchool's Insights section is an amazing source of data and reports for your team. To get started, I'll click Dashboards and select School. Here, we can see overall trends in our school culture, like total points and demerits given, our PBIS ratio, and how many points are being earned and spent by students. This graph gives us a great idea of the overall trends in school-wide behavior as we move throughout the school year. Scrolling down, we see the students earning the most points and demerits in our school. We can see the top positive and negative behaviors we are seeing school-wide. Next, we can view our teacher leaderboards to see who is giving the most points and the most demerits. Lastly, we can see our most popular rewards, which is great information for planning a reward system that students love. Now that we've seen our school-wide trends, let's look at how we can support specific students with Insights data. Click Dashboards and select Student. Click here and search for any student to load their dashboard. Student dashboards are packed with information like overall trends, behavior over time, top positive and negative teachers, and the students' positive and negative behaviors. If you track rewards, you can see the students' favorites here. You can look at this data over any time period. Click here to select a preset date range, or select Custom to enter your own. I'm going to enter in our 9-week marking period. Once I have the right time period, I just click Download to access this report as a printer-friendly PDF. Back on the dashboard, I notice that Megan's top positive behavior is appropriate language. If I click this number, LiveSchool shows me all the specific points Megan has earned in this category. Now I can download this information as a spreadsheet to share or do further analysis. Now that we're supporting individual students, we also need to make sure our teachers are all having success with behavior management. Let's look at how we can track and support teacher usage. To get started, click Scoreboards. Now, select Teachers. Welcome to Teacher Scoreboard, where you can easily see teachers' number of merits given, demerits given, positive to negative ratio, and rewards charged. Let's see who is giving the most merits. Click Merits, then click Sort by highest to lowest. It's great to see my top using LiveSchool teachers. Let's say I'm ready to talk to Mr. Jordan about his usage. I'll just click on his name and Insights will load his teacher dashboard. Now I can see trends over time, top students, and top behaviors. Looking at this data, I'm immediately curious. What types of issues are going on with Bethany? If I click this number, Insights loads the specific demerits that have been recorded by Mr. Jordan for Bethany. We can download any of this data. For instance, I can download this timeline data as a spreadsheet. Back on the teacher dashboard, I can access a ready-to-print PDF that is perfect for a teacher coaching meeting. Now that you've seen all that LiveSchool has to offer for data and reports, let's take a look at how you will be able to customize your LiveSchool site. Let's look at how you can customize the rubric that your teachers use to track student behavior. From the menu screen, I click Setup, then Site, then Edit Your Behavior rubric. Let's create a new category for one of our school's values. I click New Category and enter in the name, then Save. Now we can start adding behaviors underneath this category. We enter a name, then decide if this behavior should have positive and negative buttons, positive only, or negative only. Next, we decide how many points this behavior should be worth in our token economy. We recommend starting all behaviors as 1 point. You can also make a behavior worth 0 points, which is perfect for tracking things like phone calls home and hallway passes, where you want to track the data without affecting students' bank accounts. The last option is notifications. To turn on a notification, just click this link and select one or more staff members. Whenever this behavior is recorded by a teacher anywhere in the building, a real-time email alert will be sent to the selected staff members. This is perfect for tracking office referrals so that administrators know a student is coming before they even arrive to the main office. Once you're happy with your behavior, just click Save to add it to your rubric. Using this process, your team will be able to completely customize the rubric that teachers use to track behavior in LiveSchool. Let's look at some other customizations you can make to your LiveSchool site. From the Site Setup screen, I'm going into our Points System options. We have the option to set up a daily points bonus for all students. This means that LiveSchool will deposit a set number of points into student bank accounts each morning. Common daily amounts are 5 or 10 points. Once you enter the amount, just click Save and LiveSchool will start awarding points the next morning. Lastly, you get to decide whether you want negative behavior to subtract points from student bank accounts. If you select Yes, students will lose points from their bank accounts each time a teacher records negative behavior. If your school implements PBIS, you will want to select No so that you can track negative behavior without taking away points. That wraps up the customization options in LiveSchool. Now you are truly a LiveSchool expert. Our team is standing by to answer questions and discuss how to customize LiveSchool to fit your needs. So thanks for everything you do and for taking the time to learn about LiveSchool.